peace, and love. Brother Sheik Montezuma Yakama Bay, and I have a story to tell. So here you see, this is for Asiatic History Month. We have Nasut Narmer, born around 3100 BC, unified ancient Kemet, Upper and Lower Canaanite, Kushite, and Nubian kingdoms, helped to perfect the Kemetic language, Medu Neter, which is the oldest language on earth. Moorish Muslim, General Tariq ibn Said, in 711 AD, conquered the Iberian Peninsula, helped to establish aqueducts, streetlights, and toilets in Europe. Straits of Gibraltar is named after General Tariq. Moorish Malian Muslim Sultan Musa, also known as Mansa Musa. He founded one of the most extensive libraries in the world, in Timbuktu, Mali. Sailed to the Americas in the 1300s before Christopher Columbus. Known as the wealthiest person in human history. Modern day net worth, $400 billion. Here we have famous people, Moorish American Muslims. This is in reference to the First Continental Congress, October 14th, 1774, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Moorish American Remembrance Day. You have Grand Sheik Hopkins Bey, who said that in 1774, the First Continental Congress erased the heritage of those who were brought to America as slaves by considering them all to be blacks, and thereby erasing the identity of the men and women who suffered and died as slaves. Once you lose your heritage, you lose your culture, he said. Then you are looked at with a stereotypical eye. During the time of slavery, of course, we know about Harriet Tubman, who was born around March 1822, passed form March 10th, 1913, was an American abolitionist and social activist. Born into slavery, Tubman escaped and subsequently made some 13 missions to rescue approximately 70 slaves, including families and friends, using the network of anti-slavery activists and safe homes known as the Underground Railroad. During the American Civil War, she served as an armed scout and spy for the Union Army. In her last years, Tubman was an activist in the movement for women's suffrage. Then we have the degradants of our history, which is lynching. And this is brief. Lynching has a long, dark legacy in American history. According to the NAACP, there were 4,472 lynchings between 1882 and 1968, most of them including black people killed at the hands of European American mobs. Ku Klux Klan and the Jim Crow laws. During the Reconstruction era of 1865 to 1877, federal laws provided civil rights protection in the U.S. South for freedmen, African Americans who were former slaves, and the minority of black people who had been freed before the war. In the 1870s, Democrats gradually regained power in the Southern legislatures as violent insurgent paramilitary groups such as Ku Klux Klan, White League, and Red Shirts disrupted Republican organizing, ran Republican office holders out of town, and lynched black voters as an intimidation tactic to suppress the black vote. We have Marcus and Amy Garvey. Amy Garvey, born December 31st, 1895, passed away July 25th, 1973 in Kingston, Jamaica. Internationally known journalist and publisher of many newspapers. Wife is Marcus Garvey and prominent member of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Marcus Garvey, born August 17th, 1887, in passed form June 10th, 1940, St. Anne's, Jamaica, colony of Jamaica is where he was born. He passed away in England. Husband of Amy Garvey and founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association in 1914, helped all modern African nations gain their independence directly and indirectly, helped the Vietnamese leaders gain their independence from French colonialism. One of my personal favorites, Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali, born 1886, January 8th, North Carolina, and July 20th, 1929, passed away by assassination in Chicago, Illinois. Husband of Pearl Drew Ali and founder of the Moorish Scientific America in 1913, and the oldest American-based Islamic organization in the history of the United States of America. Taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who founded the Nation of Islam, who inspired Malcolm X. Taught that we are not Negro, Black, nor today African American, but we were of Moorish descent by ethnicity and Asiatic by race. Therefore, our nationality is Moorish American. Black Wall Street. At the turn of the 20th century, African Americans founded and developed the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, built on what has formerly been Indian territory. The community grew and flourished as a Black economic and cultural mecca until May 31st, 1921. That's when the white mob began a rampage through some 35 square blocks, disseminating the community known proudly as Black Wall Street. Armed rioters and many deputized by local police looted and burned down businesses, homes, schools, churches, a hospital, hotel, public library, newspaper, offices, and more. While the official death toll of Tulsa race massacre was 36, historians estimate it may have been as high as 300. As many as 10,000 people were left homeless. Tulsa, Oklahoma was one of many Black Wall Streets in the country. We have Malcolm and Martin and Sister Coretta Scott King. Born Michael Luther King Jr. in Atlanta, Georgia, January 8, 1929, assassinated April 4, 1968. Fought for human rights for all humans, but specifically focused on African American people. Gathered millions of people to the nation's capital without a cell phone, Snapchat, or TikTok. El-Hajj El-Malik El-Shabazz, aka Malcolm X, born May 19th, 1925, Omaha, Nebraska, assassinated February 21st, 1965, Newark, New York. Married to Dr. Betty Shabazz. He's a human rights activist, advocate, and minister of the Nation of Islam. Was a huge supporter of self-discipline and self-education. Emmett Till, born July 25th, 1941, and assassinated August 28th, 1925, was a 14-year-old African-American boy who was abducted, tortured, and lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after being accused of offending a white woman, Carol Bryant, in her family's grocery store. The brutality of his murder and the fact that his killers were acquitted drew attention to the long history of violent persecution of African-Americans in the United States, which we know are Moors and Asiatics. Till posthumously became an icon of the civil rights movement. And a small tip about Emmett Till, my great uncle was good friends with Emmett Till. And that night that he unfortunately passed form, my great uncle was intending to hang out with him that weekend, and he didn't get a chance to do so. So, honest to his brother for being a sacrifice that we must know the importance of having our own community and our own protections to protect our children. Dr. Minister Khalid Abdul Muhammad, born January 12, 1948, was assassinated February 17, 2001 in Houston, Texas. Student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, member of the Final Call Incorporated, publicly expressed as the Nation of Islam, and founder of the new Black Panther Party. Look who it is. Khadija Farrakhan and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was born May 11th, 1933, Newark, New York. Student of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and El-Hajj El-Malik El-Shabazz, aka Malcolm X. Husband of Khadija Farrakhan and current national leader of the Final Call Incorporated, publicly expressed as the Nation of Islam. I'm going to run about personal favorites. There he is, Grand Sheik and Chairman of the Moorish Scientific America, T. Johnson Bey, and the First Lady and Secretary of the Moorish Scientific America, Sheikess R. Ezell L. Grand Sheik T. Johnson Bey, born March 21st, 1973 in Annapolis, Maryland. YouTube sensation of Moorish World TV with over millions of views and over 25,000 subscribers. Husband and father of 6, has a home improvement business. Sister Sheikess R. Ezell L., born March 28, 1979 in Phoenix, Arizona. President of Pro Ali's Sisters Auxiliary and children's Sunday school teacher. Works in media service, is very artsy, and is a gardening instructor. Mother and a wife of 6 children. Here we have Black in the Day and the timeline. So it's like back in the day with red, black, and green colors. So this is a little project that I was able to help and put some key monumental individuals of today. Very, very high level, influential individuals who changed the game for all of us, that we must remember who they were, what they taught, what they brought, so that way we can continue to remember who we are and actually speak the truth to power and not sugarcoat our legacy. Thank you.